What's up, guys? Alright, so I'm back. I'm doing another movie review. It's for Mamma Mia 2. Here we go again. And I'm sorry that it is late, okay? I had financial issues, and then when we were gonna go, there was a thunderstorm and power was flickering, so I didn't want a chance going in there and then having to leave. So, it's been a journey, but we are all here. We've all arrived safely together. Here we go. Also, excuse my hair. I was having a wrestling match with my dog earlier. He's now tuckered out over there. So, where do I begin? Mamma Mia 2, here we go again. It was an interesting movie. I would probably say it's around the same as the first one. The storyline is different. I was expecting it to actually be the same, so I was thankful that it was different. There were some similarities, but definitely different. They definitely performed a lot of different songs. I think they had 2 songs, maybe 3 that were the same, just performed in a different way or by a different person. That being said, there was also, I wouldn't say plot holes, but plot differences. Like within the first Mamma Mia, you see like a flashback, kind of, when Meryl Streep's character sees the 3 guys that she was with before, how they were when they were younger, and it showed basically they looked the exact same, and just like one had long hair and a mustache, one had just long hair, one was like studded collar, leather jacket, zippers and buttons everywhere. In this one, they actually went to the whole let's explore Donna and how she basically ended up being pregnant with Sophie, which is Amanda Seyfried's character. They changed the characters quite a bit. Harry, who's Colin Firth's character, is definitely completely different to what Colin Firth's character looked like in the flashback. Bill, who is Stellan Skarsgård's character, looks completely different and much better looking than what he appeared as in the first Mamma Mia as a flashback. And Pierce Brosnan's character of Sam looks the most different because it's Jeremy Irvine, and he looks nothing like how they depicted him in the first one, which was supposed to be long shoulder length hair and like a handlebar mustache, but he only had hair down to like here and no mustache. So there was that, and he barely even had an English accent too, which was kind of weird. And normally he's supposed to be more British than he is. But Kay. Thankfully, Pierce Brosnan did not have as much of a singing role in this movie. He had like a small 30-second solo a cappella section. And that was done, and then he sang with people who basically drowned him out. So that was good. That was a plus. Cher's in this movie, as you can see in the trailer, so it's not a spoiler. If you think it is, you're wrong. She does get some songs of her own, of course, because it's Cher. But she looks younger than any of the older people that are in there. And it's because of all the plasticity in her face. She clearly got many plastic surgery face jobs done to make herself look younger. But she can barely move her mouth when she speaks, especially when she sings. It looks like she's like a puppet who's kind of dead and someone tied strings to her mouth and like just moving her mouth. But I will say her character had some funny moments, very far and few between, but still I giggled at a couple of them. The movie was definitely a lot more funny. There were some sadder parts, which was interesting. There's a lot of conflict that goes on in this movie between a lot of the characters, which was interesting to see. You had, again, as I said, more musical numbers that were going on, and definitely a bigger production. You can tell that it was a bigger production because they used a lot less green screen than they did in the first one. They still use green screen in this one, but not as much as they did in the first one, where you see Donna is driving with her two friends in the first one, and it's just a complete and utter green screen background. In this one, Amanda Seyfried is driving her mother's two friends, and it's actually a real background. And if it's not real, then it's a really impressive green screen, because I'm pretty sure it was real. So there is that. They definitely had a bigger production. They had more money to do this one. I'm glad that they did. The storyline was a little better. It jumped a lot back and forth between the past and the present, but they needed to. Though, when they went in the past, they jumbled it up. They definitely jumbled up the mixture, or the order that she gets with the three guys. Because I'm pretty sure, if I recall correctly, it went Sam, Bill, Harry, and it was all on the island. But she meets Harry in Paris, and then goes with Bill on his boat to the island, where then she meets Sam. Sam leaves. She goes out with Bill again, who comes back, and then they're together. And while they're together, Sam comes back, like he mentioned, and we find out who tells him that she's with someone else. But then I was expecting to see Harry again on the island, but he never shows up, ever. And there was no mention of her diary that she kept, ever. There was no diary in the movie, even though Amanda Seyfried, Sophie, bitch, says that she was reading the diary that her mother kept when she was pregnant with her. So, where's the diary? There was no diary at all. I was a little disappointed in that. But yeah, it was good. They did a big time jump near the end of the movie, for good reason. Although they didn't really explain one part about it, which I won't get into because it's kind of a spoiler, but like not really. But I just don't want to say it just in case it kind of is really a spoiler. But although no, they kind of did. They did kind of explain it, ish. They like touched on it briefly before it happened. So okay, I guess that's a moot point. Anyways, overall, I think all the dance numbers that they did were so much better than the original one. The song choices, I didn't know as many songs in this one. I think I might have known only like 3. But other than that, they were still good. They were performed really well. I actually really enjoyed the new actors that came in, and actresses. Lily James was phenomenal as young Donna. I loved her singing voice. I wasn't too keen on Alexa Davies, who was playing young Rosie, just because I found her English accent was a little too much. Her English accent was a little too strong. I don't know if that's her natural accent, but I found it was still too strong to be Julie Walters' character of Rosie. Hers was a little more subdued, a little more natural, although technically Jessica Davies is natural as well. But still, I found it was a little too strong to be her. Plus, I didn't really like her younger character. Julie Walters perfected that character, and I don't think anyone else could be Rosie other than her. As for Tanya, Christine Baranski, again, was phenomenal as Tanya. But Jessica Keenan-Wynn was very good. I think she made her, not better, but she was very on par as the young Tanya. I thought she did a really good job as playing her and portraying her character when she was younger. And the entire time I kept telling Ryan, who I went to see the movie with, as I see pretty much all my movies with, I kept telling him, I'm like, every facial expression, the way she kind of speaks and acts reminds me of Kate McKinnon. And it does. She really reminds me of Kate McKinnon. And I don't know why, but she does. And I loved it. Jeremy Irvine, I would have liked to see him a little bit more. Same with actually even the younger Bill, who is played by Josh Dillon. And I would have loved to see him in it more. Same with Hugh Skinner as the younger Harry. I would have liked to see all three of them in it more because I loved Hugh Skinner's voice and Josh Dillon's voice as well. They were, I think, the best out of the three younger versions of the men. Jeremy Irvine did have a good voice as well, but he didn't have much singing time, I found. But I think he captured Sam pretty well. But yeah, no, they were good. Anyways, do go watch it. If you love the first one, you're going to love the second one. If you didn't like the first one too much, but were kind of excited to see the second one, you may like this one a little more. There's a lot more that happens in it. And again, as I said, it is a little more comedic than the first one. But then they do throw in some more sadder moments. And to kind of balance it out. So it is good. Lots of musical numbers, lots of dance numbers, and a lot of entertainment. So, my rating for Mamma Mia 2, here we go again, is B+. Not perfect. Same with every movie. Every movie is not perfect. There's always going to be flaws in every movie. But this one does rank up there with some of the good musicals out there. And yeah, I do encourage you to go and watch it because it was a fun movie just to get out and dance, especially if you love ABBA. Go watch it. Go watch it. So, if you like my movie review, make sure you give it a like. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the little notification bell. Make sure that you leave some comments down below letting me know what kind of movies you like, what kind of movies you want me to review, what you liked most about Mamma Mia 2 if you went to go and see it. And yeah, I will see you next week. Bye.
My life is a party, my home is the club. I party like a rock star, dance until I drop my life.